my friend. Today I'm going to teach you a tool that I learned in my digital humanities class called cText. This website has Chinese and English versions, so people from non-Chinese speaking countries can also use it. Here you can see that this project is an online open access digital library that makes pre-modern Chinese texts available to readers and researchers all around the world. It includes texts from the pre-Qin period to the Republic of China and records precious ancient books such as the Analects and Histories. The most basic usage of this website is to search for some ancient books. For example, here we can see the full text of the Analects of Confucius, including the original text and the translation explanation. This is very convenient for us to understand the profound classical Chinese in ancient books. Its translation is not a literal translation, but a translation according to the meaning. In addition, there are also English translations, which can greatly help foreign scholars in studying ancient Chinese books. The second function is that you can search for the book you want in the search bar, and it will help you find all relevant versions, including the original text and the later interpretation versions. Another very interesting feature is that some of the books on this website have photocopies, which is a very valuable resource. It can be seen here that these photocopies are very high resolution, and you can even zoom in to see more details. The above are very basic functions for searching for book information, but the more powerful thing about this website is that it can analyze texts and the relationship between them, which is of great help to our research in history and even humanities. Now let's get into this part. First, we need to find the API page and download the text tool software. You need to register before downloading. The previous part of searching for information does not require registration, but you need to register at this part. Since I had already pre-registered, so I just logged in directly. You will need to register an account before you use the text tool, but don't worry, the registration part is simple and quick. When we randomly pick a book on cText, we can see a text tool option in the upper right corner. Click it and we will arrive at our focus today, the text analysis web page. Today, I will introduce you to two functions. One is n-gram function and the other is similarity function. Let me start with the first one. Letter n-grams help us see patterns in how letters combine in a text. This can reveal common letter combinations and spelling patterns. So using this function, we can quickly find out the words that appear multiple times in the text. Frequently appearing words are likely to be the focus of the article. Here we can see that it has placed the text of the Analects for us, and now we can analyze it. We can see the option values of n below, which means you want to select a few words as a group for analysis. It can be one word, two words, or four words, but I think it is easy for one word to have some meaningless words such as the, so I usually choose more than two words to analyze. Then comes the minimum count, which is the number of times you want it to appear, at least. I usually choose 2 times or more, because if it only appears once, then this analysis will be meaningless. This is what it calculated, and you can see that it calculated very quickly. It is sorted from the most frequent occurrences downwards, which is very clear. If you click on it, you can also see where these words appear in the text. There is also a word cloud function here, which can turn this table into visual data. The closer to the center and the larger the font, the more times it appears, which can make it easier for people to grasp the key points of the text. The above is an analysis based on one text. Now, let's try to compare the analysis of 2 texts. Let's find one more text first. This time, we can't use the text tool in the upper right corner because it will only help you place one text. Therefore, we need to use the method of inserting URN. URN is basically equal to the location of the text on the website. Each book has its own unique URN code, usually in the lower right corner of the web page. We copy this code and fetch it here so that we can compare the 2 texts. Then, follow the same steps as before. Here we can see that this word cloud uses two colors to separate two different texts, and the analysis results are still very clear. Next, let's try using the similarity comparison function, still selecting a certain number of words in a group and then analyzing them. You can see from this table that the text tool analyzes the two texts in different paragraphs. The darker the color, the higher the number of repetitions. Here, when you click in, you can see where the two texts use the same word. But sometimes it doesn't make sense, and it's just a similar arrangement of words. It may be that the two texts I found are not very similar, but in some cases, this function can be used to find two books that have similarities, such as Records of the Grand Historian and Book of Han. Well, that's all for today. I hope you can have a basic understanding of this tool. If you encounter any problems while using it, remember to ask me.